3, 2.
Now.
Oh. Here we go! We're on our way. Oh, God bless it. Oh.
You okay?
Stepped on the nail. Yep, nail.
Ah!
Might have been. No nail. Not on the phone. I don't know. It's delicious. I've never had one. But by God, it's Wednesday. I got to find a way to hump you tonight. And we're going to do it rusty nail style.
Yeah.
This sounds bad in so many ways.
Ouch.
But here we go. You know,
So,
I'm just not in the mood to be nice tonight. So this is what you get. So here we go. Quarantine rusty nail.
Are tetanus shots involved?
When you get done with this cocktail, you won't need a tetanus shot. Could have been how it got its name, but enter the Blue Monkey Quarantina. The only only business. No monkey business. Come on, here we go. Only monkey business. All right. The rusty nail. Many have heard of it. Few have drank it. Even less know what it was all about. I'm going to tell you all tonight. Are you ready? $17.99. So the drink has been around forever. Actually, it came from the Nail family. So $17.99, there's a fight among the two brothers, making a claim of the Nail family who actually invented it. So Dusty and Rusty have a duel to the death to decide who invented the drink. Well, obviously, you know who won. No, that's all made up. But that actually was an advertisement that was run to decide the name. That was horrible. I didn't come up with that, folks. That was an advertisement. Boom, there you go. No, the truth is this drink is from 19... A lot of debate on this drink of where it came from, how it got introduced, the name in of itself. So here's all the quick things you need to know. 1937, F. Benjamin. They give credit that he actually made the first version of this drink. Made it in England. This is great. He makes it for a convention, the British Industries Fair. It's like pure old men work conference, and this is the cocktail of this conference, known as the Biff. It already sounds boring, right? British Industries Fair, Biff. Well, after that, it gets a bunch of names, right? They call it the 21 Club. No, Little Club 1 was a name for the same drink. They also called it the Knucklehead. Then a bartender through the 21 Club in New York kind of fine-tunes it. It's about the same drink and dubs it the D and S. Find out what that stands for. But through all this, it's still just this kind of drink that has a bunch of different names. And finally, and it's become popular. In the 50s, it's kind of a drink to order. It's not until 1967, right? Gina McKinnon. Gina McKinnon is the chairwoman of Drambuie. And she reaches out and asks people what the drink shall be called. And she decides that this drink shall forever, once and for all, be known as the Rusty Nail. That's it. She made it done. She said so. Now, why the Rusty Nail? There are people that say that the crates that the Drambuie came in, it was nailed together and the nails were always rusty. That's not safe. So it was called the Rusty Nail. Some people actually say that this was a drink started in England, and that when they made it, if a Yank came into the bar, they would stir it with a rusty nail before they gave it to him. I like that one. And other people said it just looks the color of a rusty nail. Sounds delicious, right? And that's where it came from. Whatever it is, it's the Rusty Nail. Now, here's the thing. The Rusty Nail has spiraled into all sorts of nail drinks. So you can have the Cajun Nail, which is a little bit of absinthe, Picard bitters. Now, keep in mind, we'll always have these same ingredients, which we're going to get into, some scotch and some more scotch. Then you can have there's the Black Nail, which is add Coca-Cola, a Mexican Nail, add tequila. There's the Brazilian Nail, Cachaca. Remember that one? It's the Brazilian rum. We have a galvanized nail, which is with Saint Germain added. We have a bitter and twisted nail. Bitter and twisted nails when you add Campari. Remember that nice bitterly red drink. Here's a fun one for you. There is a Royale nail. Now, here's what's funny. From our Riff episode, wind back, you can go see it, watch it, you remember. We talked about a Riff that was called a Royale. And that's when you always add champagne. Good, good. But that's not what a Royale nail is. A Royale nail is actually when you use Johnny Walker, King George V Scotch, which is like $500 a bottle. That's what makes a Royale. And then the last, well, not the last one, but one other one I give you is the Russian nail, which is all of our stuff. Add clue and cream. So there's tons of nails, but they're all built on the same thing, and that is Scotch and more Scotch. Paul, that's Scotch. Delicious. By the way, you're doing this. There's no mixer. There's nothing. Your mixer, ice. You want a good Scotch for this. We're going with Glenlivet. Then your other ingredient is Drambuie. Well, what is Drambuie, Paul? I said Scotch and Scotch, just like Ron Burgundy. Scotch, 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 Scotch. I love Scotch. Drambuie is Scotch. It is one of the only Scotch liqueurs. So basically they take Scotch and then they make a liqueur out of it. In this case, they add heather honey, which isn't named after a person. It's named after honey that comes from plant heather. I had to look it up. They add spices and then they add herb. That's why I thought the heather thing. Oh wait, that's herbs. Now I get it. I thought it was a bunch of people that had made Drambuie. Hey, Heather helped. Well, let's make the honey after her. And then Herb, he did a lot of work. Well, let's put his name. No, it's heather, honey, herbs, and spices. Folks, I haven't been drinking today, and this is how I am normally. So anyway, they do it. Now this does go way back. What's funny is this goes back to 1745. How do I know 1745? Once again, it is on the label, folks. You can't read that, but and the other thing about what you need to know about Drambuie is this is known to be a gift from the prince. Matter of fact, on the label it says, "Remember the drink from the prince." Okay, it's amazing what you can learn just from reading a bottle label. Now, what it doesn't say is, what does that mean? Well, okay, so you got to go back 1745. This is, the Protestants and the Catholics, and there's fighting and all of this. And then there happened to be another leader out there, Prince Charles Stuart, also known as Bonnie Prince Charles. Bonnie, by the way, means basically handsome, good-looking. He was a stud. He was leader of Jacobites. And anyway, he ran off, decided, hey, God said I'm supposed to be the king, and went to war with England, lost. I'm getting a synopsis, don't use this in an essay. Anyway, he was basically forced to flee, and he had to flee from the Isle of Skye, also written on a bottle, and not all that, but Isle of Skye says that. Anyway, he is basically a family helps him, the McKinnon family. A woman, McDonald, and then the McKinnon family, they help him, protect him, which they shouldn't have. And before he leaves, after they were so helpful to save his life, the rumor is he gave them his secret recipe, which was for Drambuie. That's it. That's Drambuie. The better thing I like about it is that they believe the word Drambuie comes from, hold on, Andrambuich. Andrambuich. And that means a satisfying drink. And that's what we're going to make tonight. Satisfying drink. Now, again, one of the easiest drinks we will ever do. All you need is one giant cube of ice in your beautifully, lovely rocks glass. Get there. Then, now, I will tell you, this is the great debate. If you look up and try to find a recipe for the rusty nail, it's going to be all over the board. And here's why. Some people will say it's equal parts, 1-to-1. Some will say it's 4-to-1. Best place to start, 2-to-1. So we're going to go 1.5 ounces, all right, of a good Scotch. Well, we're going to go 3 because that was too small. So 3. And then we're going to come back and half that amount. And then this will be the 1.5 ounces of your straight drambuie. And this is, again, it's sweet, it's herbal. Matter of fact, you actually will find this sometimes used in tiki drinks as a sweetener. So we're going to go 1.5 ounces. And then you can feel it's a little thicker, a little smoothness to it. You can see it as it has a different viscosity. Viscosity. Oh yeah, I said it. So there you go, 2 to 1. And then the last thing you're going to do is emergency, also known as an orange bodek, which is a orange satisfying drink. Yeah, emergency, sponsoring countries all over the world, Scotland included, but not our show. Emergency, we still love you. So it's a new pack tonight. Oh, delicious. Here's what we're gonna do. Just a little, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. First thing, you gotta chill your drink. Put your putter in there, if it'll work. And you definitely want to get this a little mixed and a little chilled. Lovely. Mesmerizing, isn't it? So, cool, easy. Yeah, rusty nail. You're welcome. All right, then we're going to come in and we're just going to go a little bit of the emergency right on the cube. Peel. So get yourself a nice, good, long lemon rind, and I will show you why. 2, because you're not drinking this alone, ever. Again, come in, do one of those, do that, and then here's a fun little trick. Take yourself a real nail, clean it first. Don't use an actual rusty nail, unless you just don't like your friends or neighbors. Then, do what you want. And I'm going to say, put that nail right in there. And look at this. That, my friends, that's a rusty nail. A little spritz. Got this. Another nail. Oh, through the finger. Just kidding. Seemed funnier in my head until it actually happens. The red one's yours. All right, and then we're going to put that. Folks, there it is. Quarantine, rusty nail, scotch and more scotch. I don't know what can go wrong. And one rusty nail. Ugh. Ugh. So, first of all, I mean, it's delicious. I really do enjoy it. Right off the bat, I will tell you, it's got a very nice mouthfeel. The drambuie is actually a bit of a thicker viscosity. So, it actually just gives it a very nice, kind of like, I don't know, almost syrupy feel in your mouth. It's really good. And it's got a bit of a, not really a maple, but a lot of good spice, a lot of herbs, honey. You can really taste the honey. It's smooth, easy drink. For pure liquor, easy drink. Now, last thing I'll tell you about this drink. In the 50s, became very popular. And even in the 70s, it actually had a re-emergence because the Rat Pack, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, they made this their drink. This was the Rat Pack's drink, the Rusty Nail. So it had this really good image. But really after that, this is really the epitome of old crotchety men. Sorry to say. I mean, this is the ultimate, I'm done peopling, and you know what? Get out of my lawn, you kids. This is angry, but we're going to re-emerge it. We're going to make it nice, because it is delicious, but it really is the epitome of just old people. But we're going to make it young again. We're going Rat Pack. They were old when they drank it too. But it is delicious. It's the ultimate Scotch drink. If you've never had Scotch, try it. Oh, it's delicious. Remember, whiskey, Scotch, no E, just in case you're keeping track at home. But folks, here you go. This is a great Wednesday, hump day, Except, you know what? You haven't just been humped this Wednesday. I nailed you this time. You've been nailed.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I thought of that one earlier. Folks, this is all I got. You know what I mean? Go get yourself some scotch and some Drambuie and Rusty nail it up. And you know what? We'll see you Sunday. All right. Love you.
Chink.
Cheers to you all. I hope you had a good one. And next week, Sunday, Blue Monkey Quarantine. Good night.